What's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, I've got some really cool news. So recently we talked about a new game coming to Dreams called Jurassic Park Operations that will eventually be headed to PS4 and PS5 sometime in the future. It looks like Jurassic Park fans are kind of forced to make their own things that they actually want and are interested in these days, but this one might just be one of the coolest things to get information on for the fans in a while. So what I'm talking about here is some brand new footage for, believe it or not, Jurassic Park Trespasser in VR that should have a demo coming soon to the Oculus Quest 2. So right off the bat, this is a surprise to get information on. One of my buddies that actually works with some, Jurassic Park stuff, he was like, "Hey Clayton, you check out this new Trespasser VR footage?" I was like, "What are you talking about, man?" And he sent me a link to the video and the full write-up on Trescom, which is really interesting because for those of you who don't know, Jurassic Park Trespasser was one of the most influential and biggest failures to ever come out of both the Jurassic Park brand and video gaming in general. It was very revolutionary for what it was trying to do. I have a complete playthrough on my channel where we've gone through the entire game, levels that weren't finished but fans eventually added in, as well as mods for Trespasser. I love that game, and it's a piece of Jurassic Park history that inspired other things like Half-Life 2, and Seamus Blackley eventually went on to actually help kind of mold what Jurassic World would become behind the scenes before that development fell apart. But yeah, Trespasser is gigantic. It takes place right after the Lost World Jurassic Park and has a lot of very inventive game mechanics that you won't find literally anywhere else. So to see that this thing is going to be coming to the Oculus, no less, which is a popular, gaming device, that was very surprising to me. I mean, the game looks pretty good for the modern era. Trespasser never really looked terrible. It was always just old and could never be played properly on any sort of PC setup. But this is accessible. This is a demo's coming soon, and it looks extremely fun. Pretty much everything you could expect to be added back into the game is. I read over what the kind of issues were that the developer was, going over at the time, and it honestly it kind of sounds like very simplistic things that have always been an issue for Trespasser. There's some shadow stuff, a little bit of the water stuff, but that's never really a big part of the game. And right now they're just talking about trees, how they're gonna make the environments for the game. It looks pretty good. The first level that they've actually got a demo trailer for is nice. It's just Anne going around the construction area, throwing boxes and running into a raptor. As far as I know, the actual collision mechanics aren't in the velociraptor right now, and it doesn't look like there's any weapons, like actual guns in the first little thing that they're showcasing at the moment. But that doesn't mean they're not going to be there in the future. And look, personally, this is pretty awesome because a lot of people love Jurassic Park Trespasser, but even more people desperately want to play it, and they can't because PC gaming is not exactly it's not something everybody has. I mean, I've got a Steam Deck and I love that thing. It would be awesome to play Trespasser on it, but even then, that's how much work you have to do that? So to just put on the VR headset and actually be in first person on Isla Sorna, that's kind of really cool, especially for a Jurassic Park game that fans have been dying for a remake of for years. And this is it, man. This is a true to form remake of Jurassic Park Trespasser for the Oculus system, and it's pretty cool if I do say so myself. There's no real time frame on when it's going to come out for everybody, but you can watch the actual development from the YouTube channel called Trespasser VR. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below. They have a demo coming soon. You can see the first level, and comparatively to what I played through and how the game looks on the base computer engine, it's pretty cool. Apparently they built it from the ground up in Unity, and I think they can actually build the whole game if they want to.
7 shots.
Oh! Are you kidding me? They came from the side. I don't know if that's the actual plan at this given state and time, but yeah, Trespasser, man, it seems like it's the gift that keeps on giving to the fans. Even though it was a colossal failure that a lot of people chastised, it was unfinished. But if you ever play it in the modern sort of context, it's pretty remarkable and fascinating to think about. Wait a minute. All right, hold on. Yes! Now, the reason I think Jurassic Park fans are going to get such a kick out of this is because we don't really get a lot of games like this at all from Universal or Amblin or anything. It's always a park builder or a mobile game, and it's never really spiritually like a Jurassic experience of a human being put in a situation where dinosaurs are breaking out and trying to attack you. Even in the sections of Jurassic World Evolution where you can drive around in Jeeps, you don't really feel the fear and reality of getting chased down or attacked by the dinosaurs, whereas in Trespasser, you're on the ground, first person, alone in the wilderness, jungle, forest area, fighting velociraptors, tyrannosaurs, triceratops and stegosaurs are walking by you, brachiosaurs are dining on trees. It's cool, man. And it's just something that I really don't understand why we haven't got something like that from Jurassic Park in a video game setting. Maybe we will one day, but this is something that a lot of people want. And Trespasser itself, you've got Richard Attenborough that recorded his own lines as John Hammond for that video game, which looks like they're even being imported in. I hope so anyways.
It was an unprecedented accomplishment, the pinnacle of 20th century science, a work to rank with the achievements of Galileo or Einstein.
And you also have Minnie Driver, who played Anne in the game. It was a big Hollywood setup and team. Steven Spielberg got Seamus to work on it. Trespasser was, for all intents and purposes, intended to be the direct sequel to Lost World. It didn't really work out very well at the end of the day, even, if it was successful. What they gave Richard Attenborough to say completely destroyed the canon of the first two movies. But it's always been extremely cool to just play and become a part of that world. So now fans are going to be having more access to, at the very least, playing a demo of the game in the near future. And I think that's awesome because not only is VR something that Jurassic has desperately needed, we got the Jurassic World Aftermath VR game, which was pretty interesting, but this is it's more the speed of what I think people are looking for. And if you're interested in going in deeper to Trespasser, like I said, I've got a full playthrough on the channel. I love that game, man. Fans are always eager to learn more about it. We almost got a sequel to Trespasser about 10 years ago when they were working on the sequel trilogy to the Jurassic Park films. But yeah, this is what we got. We got fans themselves stepping up to the challenge and actually porting over a classic that has been locked away for a lot of people that don't have access to anything like that, only even better in VR. What could you possibly ask for more? Anyways, guys, these are all just my own thoughts and opinions on Jurassic Park Trespasser coming to VR. If you've got one of these headsets, be prepared. It's going to be really cool, I'm sure, to even at the very bare minimum play the demo. And even if you don't have a headset, you can be prepared to see all kinds of gameplay footage coming soon from it in the future. But hey, I've talked enough. Whatever your own thoughts and opinions on Trespasser in general and this VR, edition happen to be, I'd love to hear all about them in the comments down below. Here we go. 1. You're like a dream come true.
Feels full.
Now before I go, I'd like to thank all of my game wardens and InGen executives, as well as all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. You've all helped my channel immensely, and I'm incredibly grateful for all of that support. Now I'd like to thank you all for watching today's video and hope that you enjoyed the content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like and hope that you all consider subscribing. I'll see you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.